Do I truthfully believe that the Ultraview 1K arrows are worth the money? Hell no. I did a video a couple months ago when the Ultraview 1K arrows first came out, just talking about the components, where they're from, who makes them, who owns them, all that good jazz. And they did have some pretty impressive features, but I'll go ahead and come out swinging and let y'all know right off the rip, if you take this fancy magnetic box away from them, you're looking at about $130 for a six-pack instead of $220 for a six-pack. Now, of course, I always like to give credit where credit's earned, not necessarily due. And yes, I do like the fact that their components are all the exact same weight down to the decimal. I like the fact that it does come with a 75 grain half out versus a 50 grain half out, because that is a little bit different. The 4.5 millimeter, I could care less about because, I mean, yeah, I get it. You're trying to be different, but that still doesn't justify the price in my personal, unprofessional opinion. I can't tell you how many times people have come up to the shop or come up to the bow counter, held this up and goes, "Do you like these?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I like it when people buy them." But I'll be honest with you, for what we can build arrows for and the perks you get with an arrow build versus what you get with this box, hello. It just ain't worth it, people. Another thing I did like is they did go with a left helical, which I've had this conversation many a times with many people. It makes more sense to obviously do a left helical because most of your string manufacturers are going to have a left twist and left serving, so it naturally makes the arrow fly left off the shelf. So why wouldn't you want to give the arrow what your bow wants to give the arrow? Spin it to the left. However, this wrap design, as awesome as it looks, focus, there she blows, as awesome as this wrap design is, you cannot duplicate it by hand. That was the first thing I noticed. I'm like, hey, it looks like a Starship Trooper. Not Starship Trooper, what's the other nerdy thing? Stormtrooper, looks like a Stormtrooper wrap. But the problem with it is since it's kind of diagonal, funky, not straight at all, and obviously not flush to anything, specifically the end of the carbon arrow, you can't duplicate it. So as a shop, when a customer brings me one of these in, says, "Hey, I want the exact same thing," I say, "Hey, you're gonna have to buy more arrows if you want the exact same thing." And then they get mad at me and I say, "I don't make the rules," and you know, here we are. So let's do some basic arithmetic real quick here. We just said that these are $219.99 on average. So $219.99 divided by 6 equals $36 and roughly 66 cents per arrow shaft with the components and with the field tip. So for comparison, we're going to take a RIP TKO from Victory, which is the same company that makes the UV1Ks, and we're going to do a compare contrast with similar components and see what you get total price out the door. So a RIP TKO shaft is roughly $18.33 per shaft. Now that also comes with a 50 grain half out, so we're going to leave that 50 grain half out price included on that total because I really don't know how they do their pricing with arrows, without arrows, so not really worried about that. But we are going to include a 75 grain price, which 12 count of the 75 grain shock inserts are $42.99. So we're going to take 42, oh, wrong button, $42.99 divided by, wrong button, 12. This is a big calculator. $3.58 per shock insert, yada, yada, yada. And let's see here. So the only field tip I know that's going to be comparable to the same grainage consistency that the UV1Ks come with is going to be an Easton match grade tip. Those are $12.99 for 6, so $12.99 divided by 6 is going to be roughly $2.16. All right, what else we got? Wraps. So wraps can be anywhere from $10 to $30. I went right there in the middle at 15, so we're going, and they're usually about a 12, 13 count. Actually, no, they're usually about 12 count. So we take $15 divided by, what did I say? 13. That's going to be roughly $1.15. All right, let's add it all up. So we got the RIP TKO, and this, I'm doing the Elite. I'm not doing the Gamer or the Sports. So $18.33 plus a $3.58. Oh, not $350. $3.50. Can I go back? This is, oh, I can go back. Here, let's do this. Let's start over. Hold on. Bear with me. College dropout working here. $18.33 for the arrow shaft plus $3.58 for a 75 grain shock insert, because that's what the UV1Ks come with, plus $2.16 field tip, plus a roughly $1.15 wrap, equals $25.22 versus the Ultraview 1K that's roughly $36.66 per arrow built, ready to shoot. So in short, what are you paying for? Personally, I think you're paying for a company that's done a phenomenal job marketing themselves. I think you're paying for a very schmancy, fancy magnetic box. And you're paying for an arrow that can't be reduplicated exactly to the way you bought it straight out of the box. Once again, do they kill deer or anything else you want to shoot at? Yeah, 100%. And I'm not knocking anybody that buys them or shoots them or pushes them. We sell them here in the shop. I'm just giving y'all my honest opinion because I have a lot of people wanting that here lately, especially about this product. Oh, by the way, and for that RIP TKO, if you want a building cost price included with what we typically charge, it's $6 per arrow. So you're still coming in under what this arrow cost out the box as well. And I almost forgot a very important feature about the RIP TKOs or any of the Victory arrows versus the UV1K. Any of the Victory arrows that you buy are going to be, I say any, I'm pretty sure all of them. I know all the RIPs, VAPs, RIP XVs, all those are. They are going to be spine aligned and have a sticker, for lack of better terms. It's not a sticker. It's actually on the wrap where it actually shows the stiffest part of the spine. And so that is critical for us as arrow builders, but also for you at home. If you're wanting to build your own arrows, you don't have to get one of these clunky little spine detectors like we got up underneath here, because it's already on the arrow. They already do that for you. The UV1Ks do not have that option. They just have this cool 1K weave, as they're calling it, because it is, but they actually do not. Oh yeah, they do. I'm an idiot. Boy, they did not emphasize that on the packaging. Okay, hey, like I said, I give credit where it's earned. I have not noticed that before. Boy, that is not very big. And they actually lined a fletching up with it. Hey, I admit when I'm wrong and made a mistake, and I surely was about to. This was going in the video regardless. So once again, I stand behind what I said at the beginning of this video. Hell no, I would never personally pay that much money for these particular arrows. I pay a lot of money for arrows, but for me, once again, I can't find the value in them for what we can either sell you out of a box of regular RIPs or any other brands really, high-end brands like Victories, Easton's, Black Eagles, and of course also for what we can build an arrow for you. Pick your own wraps, nocks, all that good jazz. You don't have that option with these. I think they do have their own rebuilding kits, but once again, unless they've come down in price, I know when they first dropped their wrap and fletching kits, they were a little, yeah, I didn't like the price point of those either, honestly. Appreciate y'all boys and gals watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for more honest, unbiased, unbought opinions.